Hello, East Goshen. Hope you're having a great Tuesday so far. Thank you, as always, for joining me in our weekly devotional videos. I hope you're having a good day today, even though it's a little bit dreary outside. Thank you, as always, for joining me. We're here to wrap up James chapter 5 this week. So take your time, work your way through the passages, and tell me any insights that you're gaining, whether it's from this chapter or anything that we've read so far. I'd love to be able to share your insights in a video like this so that we can grow together, because God may reveal different things to you than he does to me in our devotion time. So please share your insights. That being said, let's jump into chapter 5. We wrapped up chapter 4 on Friday, where we talked about the urgency of this life to do the right thing. If we are presented with opportunities to follow and obey what God commands us to do, then we ought to do it. If we fail to do that, then it is sinful. If we omit the good things that God has called us to, then we are failing to love our neighbors well. And so we have this urgency of living to do the right thing. Now, the end of chapter 4 is a reversal of what we find at the beginning of chapter 5. We go from the urgency to do right to a warning and a condemnation of rich oppressors. They have failed to do the right thing. They have spent their lives in pursuit of wealth, of accumulation for themselves, of finer things at the detriment of people in their society. They have oppressed the poor and needy by cheating them out of wages, by failing to pay them properly, by failing to look out for their needs. And so the testimony of their wealth is that they have done wrong. They stand condemned at the day of judgment, as it says in verse 6, because they have failed to do right. They have failed to live that heart religion that James wants us to understand. The prophetic literature, the words of Jesus, and the wisdom of the Old Testament give us insight that this is not the lifestyle God has called us to hoard wealth for ourselves. And so rich oppressors in the community stand condemned. But God doesn't identify with these kinds of people, the people who are inward focused, the people who are following worldly standards. No, God identifies with those who are in need, those who are in suffering and experiencing hardship in life. And so that's why I want to focus on verse 7 of this chapter, which reads, "Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains." Verse 8, "You too be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near." God doesn't identify with people who are inwardly focused and are following worldly standards of wealth and of status. No, he identifies with those who are in need and suffering. Through the lens of the cross, Jesus comes to us in humility and weakness and experiences, takes on to himself all the hardship that the world can throw at him. And so he identifies with those who are in need and suffering. He is near to the brokenhearted and downcast, the marginalized and oppressed. And so James is writing in this understanding of who Jesus is and telling people who are experiencing hardship in life that God sees you. God identifies with you through the cross. Be patient. Persevere in the face of hardship. Now, we don't know whether he's understanding hardship to be financial hardship, whether it's illness, whether it's tragedy in our lives, whether it's persecution because he's writing to Jewish Christians. We don't know what he has in mind here, but I don't know exactly what life has thrown at you lately. I don't know what kind of difficulties you may be facing in your life, but I do know that we serve a God who identifies with people in pain and suffering. So he says, be patient. Just like a farmer is patient for his crop to yield, we have to be patient for God to come and set everything right. In the end, we gain a heavenly reward. We gain eternity with Christ. But until God comes to set all things right and make all things new, we are to wait on the Lord and be patient, knowing that God identifies with us and is here present with us every step of the way. So as you reflect on this passage, ask, how am I seeing God with me through the hardship? How am I recognizing that I ought to be patient and persevere because the Lord is coming soon? The Lord is coming to set all things right. And all I have to do is be patient and wait on him. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that this is a point of encouragement for you, whatever you happen to be facing throughout your day. And I would love to have you join us on Friday for the conclusion of James together. It is good to study scripture with you. I will see you next time.